Hello, we are watching the news broadcast today, and following are today's highlights.
Prime Minister Win Tan Dung visits Laos northern provinces of Xinh Quang and Hua Phan. National Assembly Chairman Win Sing Hoon holds talks with Speaker of the Polish Lower House Eva Kopat. Vietnam-Austrian businesses strengthen links.
On March 14th, Prime Minister Nguyen Tân Dung visited Laos' northern provinces of Siêng Khoang and Hua Phan. Our reporters have more.
During a meeting with key officials of Xinh Quang province, Dung highly valued cooperation between Xinh Quang and Vietnamese localities like Sơn La and Nhi An over the past time. The provincial chief, Somkok Mangnamek, pledged to make it easier for Vietnamese firms to invest in the province. Dung and his Lao counterpart, Thong Sinh Tamavong, chaired a seminar on promoting Vietnamese investment in Laos's northern provinces. Dung vowed to do his utmost to further boost links between the two nations, especially in economics and trade between their border localities. He suggested the province assist Vietnamese firms to access Laos' potential in tourism, agroforestry, minerals and hydropower. Dung also witnessed a ceremony to grant investment certificates of the Lao government to Vietnamese investors, and received leaders of the Vietnam-Laos Corporation and overseas Vietnamese in the locality. During a visit to Hua Phan province, Dung said he hopes the province will continue to expand cooperation with localities of Vietnam. Hua Phan's governor and secretary of the provincial party committee, Cam Hung Hunvongsi, introduced his province's major projects that the locality will carry out in the future. He thanked the Vietnamese government and people for their support over the past years and affirmed that the province will continue to foster all-around cooperation with localities of Vietnam.
National Assembly Chairman Nguyen Sinh Hung held talks with Speaker of the Polish Lower House Eva Kopat on March 14th in Warsaw as part of his official visit to Poland. This is the final leg in his European tour.
The third Vietnamese legislator said his visit aims to further step cooperation between the two countries and legislative bodies. He suggested the two sides strengthen experience exchange and help each other train experts in all areas, as well as set up direct links among businesses and localities. Kopak said the Polish Lower House always wants to work closely with the Vietnamese National Assembly to further improve the efficiency of cooperation between the two sides. The host also agreed with Hung's proposal on further promoting the exchange of delegations, sharing experience in legislation and constitution building, and supervising cooperation projects between the two governments. After the talks, Chairman Hung and his entourage laid a wreath in the Polish Lower House headquarters to pay tribute to Polish parliamentarians who died during World War II and the plane accident in Smolensk.
Lê Thanh Hải, Party Politburo member and Secretary of the Ho Chi Minh City Party Committee, paid a courtesy call to Indian President Pranab Mukherjee on March 14th. Hai was leading a delegation from the city to visit India to further strengthen ties between the two countries.
During the meeting, Hai emphasized that Vietnamese people always remember the warm sentiments and wholehearted support India gave to Vietnam during its past struggle for independence, as well as the recent national defense and development cause. He affirmed that his city always considers India as one of its top partners and investors. He said he hoped President Mukherjee would continue to support the strengthening of cooperation between Ho Chi Minh City and Indian localities. President Mukherjee said he was delighted that the strategic partnership between the two countries has developed significantly in all fields, including politics, economics, security, defense, culture, education and training, and science and technology. He expressed his belief that Hai and his delegation's visit will help boost bilateral cooperation between the two countries. Also on March 14th, Hai and his delegation met the president of the Indo-Vietnam Friendship Association. His India visit started from March 13 at the invitation of the president of the Indo-Vietnam Friendship Association.
Defense Minister Phung Quang Thanh arrived in Sydney on March 15th, beginning his 3-day visit at the invitation of his Australian counterpart Stephen Smith.
The visit comes as Vietnam and Australia celebrate their 40th anniversary of cooperation and friendship. The two sides will discuss measures to promote bilateral defense in the near future, strengthen friendship and mutual understanding between the two armies for peace, stability, cooperation and development in the region and the world. As scheduled, Thanh will visit several naval bases, hold talks with Minister Smith, and attend a joint press conference in Canberra.
Two-day trade between Vietnam and Austria rose by an average of 15 to 20% per year. The figure is expected to further increase as businesses of the two countries are seeking to raise their connectivity. They gather at a forum in Ho Chi Minh City on March 14.
The event was jointly held by the Ho Chi Minh City chapter of the Vietnam Chamber of Commerce and Industry and Austria's Carinthia Economic Chamber. The Austrian businesses at the forum chiefly operate in sound device manufacturing, consultancy services, timber production, delivery service, and mechanical engineering. Addressing the event, Võ Tam Thanh, chairman of the Ho Chi Minh City chapter of the Vietnam Chamber of Commerce and Industry, said there is room for the two sides to further boost cooperation. Vietnam can supply Austria with numerous products that it has high demand for, such as wooden products, transportation, foodstuff, spices, and electrical parts, he said. Austrian businesses have 21 projects in Vietnam with a total investment of $27 million. Two-way trade between the two countries hit nearly $1.3 billion in 2012.
Vietnamese and Japanese officials, researchers and business people gathered at a conference in Hanoi on March 14th. They discussed ways to utilize Vietnam-Japan strategic partnership and develop the capacity of the Vietnamese industry.
There were 1,829 Japanese projects in Vietnam by the end of 2012, 57% of which are involved in the industry. However, in reality, Japanese investors encounter several obstacles when investing in Vietnam. 47.9% of Japanese businesses said that poor infrastructure has hindered their operation. A lack of highways and container ports has raised transportation costs. Vietnam is also short of high-quality human resource.
The first one is infrastructure. As I said, it's getting better, the infrastructure of Vietnam day by day.
The conference also discussed Vietnam's shortcomings in policy making and recommended the country realizes its strategies and plans. What we can do right away is improve policies and administrative procedure for a better investment environment. The transport system and human resource also need to be enhanced to attract investors. Participants offered a number of measures to boost Vietnam's industrial production capacity, including making good use of Japan's assistance to develop support industries, changing how industrial development policies are devised, heightening the effectiveness of public investment, and building long-term strategic partnerships with Japanese businesses.
And that is the end of our news today. Thanks for watching and goodbye for now.